this is Sam from Rick Jones Pianos, and we're here with a Yamaha upright piano built in Hamamatsu, Japan in 1972. It's not the most common model that we have around here. It's 50 inches tall of the U series. It's a Yamaha U2. It's in between the U1 and U3 in size, and those are respectively 48 and 52 inches tall. This one is in the middle and has a externally very similar appearance, and is made to the same standard of very consistent quality control that you can expect from any other Yamaha upright. They're very well known for that. But it's not just a stretch version of a U1 or a shrunk version of a U3. It does have its own unique design on the inside, the way the strings are arranged, and how that's determined by the shape of the cast iron plate, the bridges, and the soundboard. It all produces proportions that define what I think is a unique sound in this piano. Yamaha U2s generally have a darker sound than just the Yamaha U1s and U3s, which are neutral sounding, not really mellow. Sometimes they're bright, but they're always very clear in my opinion. The U2 is on the mellow side, and Yamaha sold this piano for a long time as a sort of contrast, in my opinion, with their other vertical pianos. So we don't see them quite as often. They never were as popular here, but I do understand they were quite popular in Europe, where many other piano manufacturers made pianos of approximately this size. It's about 1¼ meters or 125 centimeters tall, which is a nice round European number, I guess. And Yamaha, in my opinion, was trying to make a piano that would sort of compete with those same pianos in the same class. And I think they did a good job. I'm always happy when we get these pianos in. They have a very beautiful, darker sound. Still very clear, but maybe mellower than the average Yamaha than you might expect. So, about this piano in particular, it's a piano we've thoroughly worked on, buffed, regulated, tuned. The previous owner seemed to have installed this slow motion key cover mechanism rather. Back in 1974, of course, they didn't have that built into the factory like they do now, this slow close mechanism. But it's retrofitted on, and if you are a family of multiple children, you are perhaps very excited to have a piano in the house, and you're worried that they might knock this over. That slow close mechanism will ensure that whoever's at the piano has enough time to remove their fingers from the piano keyboard. So that's included, usually an additional cost for any of our other Yamaha U1s and U3s in our inventory. It does have I think, overall neutral sound. It sounds mellow if you want to play it very softly. It sounds brighter if you want to play it more loudly. It just depends on how you play this piano, how it sounds. And when I encounter a piano like that, I like to rate it as a 5 on a scale from 1 to 10, from mellow to bright. And the touch is just a little bit firm. Sometimes I think, in my opinion, Yamaha might have been trying to compete with Kawai, their competitor in Hamamatsu, Japan, by making a handful of pianos with a firmer touch. And I generally notice that U2s don't always have a light touch or even a neutral touch. They're, in my opinion, more likely to have a firm touch. So I'll rate the touch of this piano a 6 on the scale from 1 to 10. There's a little bit more than the average amount of resistance in the keys. You gotta work a little bit harder, and for that reason I think it compares very favorably with Kawai uprights and even Steinway uprights. It's a similar sort of harder feel. So 5 and 6 for tone and touch, and the piano does also have a middle pedal practice mute, as you might expect from a Japanese-made upright. It is a pedal which you can move over, shift into the place, and it holds itself down for you, allowing a curtain of felt to go in between the hammers and the strings, so you can practice very quietly at night. Compared to the normal volume, it's substantially softer. And you can put it on if you have an apartment and you don't want to disturb any of your neighbors, or if you are a family of multiple children who have to take turns practicing at night while other people do other things elsewhere, and they're trying to listen to themselves do other things elsewhere in the house. It's something very handy to have while someone can get their technical exercises in. So definitely stop by, try this piano out for yourself. You're welcome to play it or anything else in their inventory. But if you can't make it, you can always send us a phone call or send us an email if you